Well, that ended in a disaster. Anyways, what is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode. We are here for episode number 5 for the start of season 2. When I'm recording this, Happy New Year to everyone. I hope 2022 will be an awesome year for you. But anyways, also like and subscribe to my channel. Getting on with the video, before we can start season 2, we have to sign for a team. And as you can see, we completed our goal here. And we have 4 options. One option is to re-sign with Alfa Romeo, or we could sign with Ferrari, or even Aston Martin and McLaren. Now the interesting thing here is that Aston Martin and McLaren are offering me an expert contract. And with that, we do get some very good cars, but we have to do 14 Grand Prix in one season. I was thinking about maybe signing for them, but then I decided to just stick with Challenger for now, and then maybe sign an expert with them later. That leaves us 2 options, Alfa Romeo and Ferrari. And after a bit of debating in my head, I decided to stay loyal and re-sign with Alfa Romeo for season 2. With the Challenger contract, we do get a better car, and now 7 Grand Prix instead of 4. They have overall a better car than Ferrari, so hopefully we can be higher up, challenging for better positions. And we will keep Kimi Räikkönen as our teammate. Let's get on with season 2 now. As we now head to the Spanish Grand Prix for qualifying, Vettel has put in the fastest lap from Sainz and Verstappen, Bottas, Ricciardo, Norris, Leclerc, Hamilton, Alonso, and Ocon. So interesting top 10 there, I must say. As, yeah, I think we should be able to get into the top 10 quite easily. But yeah, let's get on with our lap and see how we go then. So here we go down the main straight. 3, 2, 1, go! DRS should be open for us as we now head down the straight and for our first qualifying lap of season 2. Coming into turn 1, very fast, 165 miles an hour, yep, just about, and getting that corner beautifully. Getting on the power nice early, then towards the long right-hander of turn 3, flat out, no need to lift. And then coming towards sector 2, is this going to be a purple for green first sector? Looks like it's going to be green first sector 2387 as we now come to the long right-hander. A nice turn, I must say. And then coming into the left-hander now, nice and hard on the brakes, get the car rolling through the corner. And as we get out, we do hit the grass a little bit to slow us down, but that was fine. And now coming to the chicane, nice and deep, and yes, we do get the acceleration. Now coming towards the right-hander, flat out, no need to brake. Open the DRS. We're gonna go and touch the AstroTurf for a little bit. We should be fine. Now coming towards sector 3, purple second sector, 2991. Hard on the brakes, down to second gear, getting that apex just right, and then heading towards a very tricky and final sector. Flat out through this corner. Can we hold this flat out? Oh, just about. We have to lift off at the last second just to make sure we make the corner. Now coming into the final part of the lap, absolutely murdering that curve as we ride right over it. And then coming down of the last corner and down the main straight. What lap time is this going to be? Is this going to be enough for the top 10? Here we go then, across the line. And it is going to be pole, and it is going to be by a long margin, 2 whole seconds. Wow, what a lap. As we see Vettel, Verstappen, Bottas, Norris, Hamilton, Leclerc, Ricciardo, Perez, and Sainz complete the top 10. Let's get on with the race. But before we do that, we gotta claim some car blueprints, which can now allow us to upgrade our car. So our chassis can now be upgraded to level 3. And here we go. What is this gonna give us? A nice boost. That should help us a lot in the Grand Prix. Let's get on with it. Here's the starting grid. It's us, Vettel, Verstappen, Bottas, Norris, Hamilton, Leclerc, Ricciardo, Perez, Sainz, Alonso, Tsunoda, Stroll, Ocon, Mazepin, Räikkönen, Schumacher, Gasly, Russell, and Latifi is the starting grid. So let's get on with the race. So here we go then to 5 red lights for the Spanish Grand Prix. Here we go. And it's lights out and away we go, and it's a decent start for us. Vettel though gets a good start. Moving over to the right hand side to cover off Sebastian Vettel. But then look at the icon Verstappen now the one flying. We gotta move back over to the left hand side and cover him. Now as we come into the turn 1, are we gonna be able to keep the lead? Yes, we are, but we go big deep. Luckily though, we managed to keep the car on the track, and luckily still ahead of Verstappen, but Verstappen's looking very fast. He's practically pushing us through. He's pulled a gap to Vettel already. As we now come towards the entry of sector 2, we're gonna have to defend the inside line from Verstappen. Verstappen's looking on the inside, but we do manage to hold him off and get the corner right. But Verstappen's looking down, and he makes some contact with us. You didn't really see that, but I definitely did feel it. He made a bit of contact as he tried to get around our outside, but we just managed to close the door. And now we can focus on pulling a gap 8 tenths as we now head into the chicane. Hard on the brakes, get the power early, and there we go. We are now pulling a second, so hopefully we should be away from Verstappen, coming towards the right-hander. And then now on the back straight towards sector 3. And it's actually starting to look a pretty comfortable race. Hard on the brakes, down to about second gear, hit that apex, get on the exit curb, and then riding the car up the hill. Can we get this one flat out? Now we can call, yes we can, just about. We do touch the grass to slow us down a little bit, and then now coming towards the chicane one more time. We overshoot it a little bit, actually murder the curve once again. But then as we come onto the main straight, look at the gap we've got to Verstappen at 2.5 seconds. And it's only getting higher and higher as we now start lap number 2 of the Spanish Grand Prix. And I gotta say, the Alfa Romeo is a beautiful car. It's really, really good. Like, I can feel the grip in every single corner as we now get down to 4th gear and 3rd gear. And just look at that apex. That was absolute masterclass. And as now we come to the long right-hander. And again, it's just beautiful. It's so much better than last year's car. I now come into this right-hander at the start of Sector 2, almost touching the grass there. And then now as we come towards the left-hander, hard on the brakes, just rolling the car, nice and easy, no need to take too many risks, as we are about, yeah, again, 2.5 seconds ahead of Verstappen. Now coming into the chicane once more, again, rolling the car through. The main thing I was doing a lot in this Grand Prix was I was trying to just roll the car through just so that I wasn't overdriving it too much. And it seemed to be working, so I think this is the strategy I will use. And then now coming into the left-hander, hard on the brakes, get down a second, and it's just a clean lap, I must say. I mean, there's nobody in front of us, nobody really that close behind us. Let's now go to the right-hander. We got to lift off a little bit just to make sure we make the corner. I mean, that corner's really hit and miss. You got to get it absolutely right if you want to go flat out. And coming into the chicane, get that apex right, and we absolutely murder the curve. Once again, we really have to murder those curves to gain as much time, although not too much, or else we're going to get a corner cut. As we now start the final lap of the Spanish Grand Prix. Look at the gap we have. I mean, this is insane. 5.5 seconds. We are the fastest man on track in an Alfa Romeo. This is insane. And now come into this turn one more time, getting the power nice and early. And then now again towards the long right-hander. It's just a gentle nudge to the right-hand side. No need to worry about that too much. Coming into Sector 2. Hard on the brakes, roll the car through once again, drift out wide, and then straighten up for the left-hander. Hard on the brakes, down to about 3rd or 2nd gear, 3rd gear, and then now coming towards the chicane. Look at the gap, still roughly about 4 seconds, but coming to, so we break a bit earlier than usual and we get a corner cut. Feel like that's really going to affect us too much. As Verstappen, yes, it's still over 5 seconds away as we now come into the back straight and then towards Sector 3. I think it's gonna be a dominant victory for us in an Alfa Romeo. Who knew we could win in an Alfa Romeo against a Red Bull and a Mercedes? As we now come towards this corner, can we take this corner flat out at least? Please, and we do hit the gravel though on the exit, but it's okay. Now ducking into this corner and then getting this corner just about right. We do manage to hit both apexes somewhat, and then now coming onto the main straight. We're gonna come home for our first win for Alfa Romeo and the first win of Season 2. What a way to start this off, I must say, as we have re-signed with our team and hopefully found our spark here. So we see Verstappen, Bottas, Vettel, Hamilton, Norris, Ricciardo, Perez, Leclerc, Stroll complete the top 10, then Alonso, Ocon in 11th and 12th. Then you got Sainz, Tsunoda, Raikkonen made up a place to 15th, Gasly, Mazepin, Latifi, Schumacher, and Russell complete all the 20 drivers. But thank you all so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this, then please be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Goodbye, everyone.